Now, if we could bring in News 24's political editor, Lyndall Curtis. Good morning to you. Hopefully you have an umbrella where you are, because this rain is coming down at a great rate of knots now. How do you read how the next few hours will play out?
Well, I think, Michael, as Melissa said, the votes have been settled for a few days now, while Kevin Rudd's camp was saying early on that they thought there was a kind of a third split, a third for them, a third for Julia Gillard, and a third who were in the middle who hadn't made up their minds. It looks like that middle third, if it was really ever there in any significant margin, has gone entirely to Julia Gillard. Kevin Rudd is expected to get around 30 votes. I'm being told there may be, 3 or 4 either way, but it certainly will be a resounding victory by Julia Gillard. And as Mel said, there's a lot of talk about unity. There are some MPs who are supporting Kevin Rudd who are quite despondent about their prospects, saying that the party is destined to lose the next election. But on the other side of the camp, there are people close to Julia Gillard who say in the end, and this is some spin, but they say in the end what the party is doing is choosing policy and purpose over popularity, and that the task for Julia Gillard is to set her sails for the next 18 months up until the election, to concentrate on selling the policy they have and implementing other policies that they want to bring, like the National Disability Insurance Scheme gets a lot of mention all the time. There's also policies to come on aged care, and so they're going to focus on that.
Let's bring in now some comments by the former Foreign Minister Kevin Rudd, Lyndall, when he was arriving at Canberra Airport last night.
Got to be in it to win it. I know I'm up against it in terms of the combined horsepower of the factions of the ALP. I knew that from the beginning. But the Australian people have an expectation that I will put my hand up, and I will. And I will argue my case before the Parliamentary Party tomorrow. And that case is about simply this: who is best equipped to prevent Tony Abbott from becoming the next Prime Minister of Australia and wrecking all that we have sought to build these last 4 years.
Mr Rudd, if you aren't successful tomorrow, can you rule out being drafted for a second time?
I have been very explicit about what I would do in the event of not succeeding. Well, I think you can simply take my statements. G'day, mate. Take my statements at face value. I mean what I say.
Minister Ferguson seems to think it's a foregone conclusion.
Well, it's tough. I mean, that's just true. Also, frankly, coming back to Australia from a country somewhere removed from here, the US, and for the ballot to be called on while we're in midair, obviously places you at a bit of a disadvantage. I don't complain about that. That's just life in politics. But I've got round and spoken to a large number of my colleagues. I appreciate the support that I've received. But the other thing I'd say to all the good folk around the country is how much both Therese and I really appreciate, frankly, the thousands and thousands and thousands of emails, of text messages, of expressions of support. And we are deeply touched, deeply indebted to the Australian people for their strong levels of support.